are going to be answering some of your questions for us. Q&A!
We got some Starbucks, so should we share our order?
Yeah. I got myself a matcha latte with oat milk, iced, and I'm drinking it a little too fast.
I got a iced 2/3 decaf. I like how Starbucks tells you like how much decaf.
Oh my gosh,
Normally,
so specific.
Yeah, it's like normally it's like just half calf or decaf, but with Starbucks it's like a third decaf, 2/3 decaf, half calf, fully decaf. So they have like all the measurements. So this is
cool.
2/3 decaf, oat milk, and 3 pumps of sugar-free vanilla.
I always forget that you can get decaf there.
Yeah.
I already had my matcha, so I got a dragon drink, which is just like coconut milk and dragon fruit stuff.
So it's similar. So it's similar to the pink drink, except instead of the acai refresher, it's the dragon.
Wow, that sounds so good. Is this what I got? Iced latte with oat milk?
Yeah.
There wasn't anything extra in it?
No.
I got an iced latte with
Basic.
oat milk. I
And
didn't get
full-
espresso or anything?
Well, it's full calf.
Okay.
Full caffeine, so we're gonna watch her go like this.
No, wait.
You know, it's a special event when Joy's like, give me the caffeine.
Yes.
It's only happened twice in the
I
past
know.
like year and a half that I've known you.
Yes.
We'll start with a light one. Favorite condiment or sauce/salsa at the moment?
Hot sauce. I just love hot sauce and I love vegan ranch.
What kind of hot sauce?
Oh, I love Red Rooster. I love Tabasco. I've been off Frank's for a minute, but yeah, those are my top 2 right now.
You've been off Frank's?
For a minute.
I burned out on it.
Yeah, I burned out on it.
Yeah.
I'm on my Red Rooster right now.
I'm on Cholula right now. So good. I really like bitchin' sauce right now.
Oh, yes.
So
Which one?
good. The Chipotle one. I'm on a Chipotle kick.
I was gonna say that. That was gonna be mine.
Really?
I never had that. What do you do?
I got it at
Same.
Costco. Like a big old
So
tub.
good.
Ooh.
It's
What do you put it on?
Anything, yeah. You can put it on
Literally
sandwiches, burgers. I like to just dip it in Mary's crackers.
Stop.
like carrots, use carrots and stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know what I did? I got the mac and cheese, the one at Costco, which is different than the one you get at Whole Foods. I feel like Whole Foods is like ready to eat. The one at like Costco, you can still like do some extra stuff to it. And I just put like a tablespoon of that bitchin' sauce on the mac and cheese. Oh,
Smart.
Oh, that's
really
so
good.
smart. Oh my god, wait, I am gonna put it in pasta. That is such a good
Really good.
idea.
That's a really good idea.
really, really good. A sauce. Well, I do like adding chimichurri to everything. So I like dipping that in like vegetables, or if I'm eating like sourdough, dipping that in sourdough. I really like that.
Do you make it at home?
No, I don't know how to make it.
Where do you get it?
It's not that hard. I'm sure you could, but it's like,
I made it before.
you've made it before? I don't.
I made
Ain't nobody got time for
So
that.
good on potatoes. Wait, but where do you get it from? Because I need that.
Either Mercado Buenos Aires, which is in Van Nuys, and it's like the OG Argentinian like deli place, and then they have it there. It's really good. If you just show up and you just ask for bread, actually it's free, just bread with whatever you order, and they give you sides of chimichurri. You could eat that all day.
Yum.
So good.
my
But you can
God.
go and you can buy it there, or at Whole Foods they have one by this company called Carabel, which is also really good. And they have the regular version and the spicy version.
I need that.
Does dressing count?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
a condiment.
Because I feel like my favorite dressing ever of all time is the Follow Your Heart honey mustard.
Oh, I've never had that.
So good.
I never had it.
That one's
What?
delicious.
You
I
can
love
make
that one.
anything taste amazing with that. Even if you're not using it as a salad dressing, if
Yeah.
you just have like a patty, like a patty of whatever kind, and
Oh
you,
yeah.
like add that, a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mustard.
I put it
Wow.
on chicken burgers before.
I was gonna say-
Oh, stop, you guys.
I know.
It's really good.
Chicken tender.
I know. Oh,
Yes.
dip it into chicken tenders.
Yes,
That
it's a
sounds so
perfect
good.
dip. It's
Yeah.
a salad dressing. It's everything. Just even like a spread. You could use it as like a sandwich spread.
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
really,
god.
really good.
Yeah, Follow Your Heart ranch is my favorite, so I'm sure the honey mustard is bomb.
I don't know why lately I've been on a real like buffalo sauce and ranch kick. Like I've been getting those veggie grill buffalo wraps so much. I don't know why. I've just been like, buffalo's just been doing it for
They're
me.
delicious.
It changes. I like go through phases where I obsess over like one specific thing.
Yeah.
And right now it's been buffalo sauce, and I love ranch. I mean, you guys know, like I like dipping my pizza in ranch.
Yeah.
The Follow Your Heart ranch I think is my favorite. Although the last video that we did at Mohawk Bend, that ranch, I don't know if you saw
ranch
Slater
is
what it is, but it was so good. I wish I could buy that. I want a full bottle of that. So.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the garlic aioli at Mohawk Bend.
So good.
So good.
Everything
I have a question for you guys because I realized something. I have a Follow Your Heart ranch at home too, and I just realized that I like the ranch that comes in the vegan crunch salad more than that one.
Really?
Yeah, the one that comes in the little packet.
Wait.
The Trader Joe's.
From Trader
salad?
Joe's?
Trader Joe's, the little one, the one that comes in the thing. Because I don't make it all at once, but I've used up all the dressing, and then I've gone to just I use the rest of the cabbage Follow Your Heart ranch instead, and I'm just like,
It's not as good.
I feel like it's kind of better. I wish they sold it, but they don't. Trader Joe's, sell it.
No.
Sell the ranch.
Sell that ranch separately, Trader Joe's.
That ranch is so good.
It is really good. Yeah.
But I've
It's a
never
good salad.
compared. We should do a ranch.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we
I
should.
freaking love ranch dressing, so yes, 100%.
And maybe we can get Veggie Girl to send us a bunch of buffalo wings so we can try. You know, just
Yes.
Just to be
We're not gonna use
Consistency.
we're not gonna use celery to taste them all.
No.
We have to use buffalo wings.
scientific. This one says tips to stand out in adoption applications for a dog.
To be honest, I haven't like I've fostered, but I haven't gone over applications personally,
Right.
and I haven't filled out an application because my dog currently is a foster fail.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think you need to show people more than anything.
Yes.
But like as far as the application standing out, like I know that a lot of people find rescues on Instagram, so leaving comments, like maybe sending a DM and being like, hey, like I filled out an application, I'm really interested in this dog, because to me you're doubling up that way, and you filled out the application, so you did the part that's most important.
Yeah.
And now you're showing extra interest in this dog by leaving a comment on the Instagram or the Facebook or wherever you found the rescue. And just that way, whoever's running the rescue can like look at your picture and your profile and get a feel for who you are as a person even more than just like whatever you wrote on your application. I don't know.
And maybe telling them more about your story and why you know, just more about your life and, you know, like I love animals and, you know, like you know, whatever it is.
I think for me personally, I think a story with like your previous dog or previous pets that you may have had, like, and what they meant to you, and like how, you know, how long they were a part of your life, etc. Like that matters a lot.
Maybe if you attach photos to them, maybe that'll like do it.
Yeah.
Also, this might not be the answer you're looking for, what you want to hear, but I feel like there's a lot of trendy rescues and they have a certain amount of dogs and everybody wants those dogs.
Yes.
Go to a shelter. There are so many animals at a shelter that don't have a rescue behind them, that they didn't pick up immediately. They're only going to be there for X amount of time that really need a home. So if you go there, I guarantee you the process will be easier.
It was so much easier. That's how I got Aiko, my last dog that passed away a few months ago. I went to a shelter, just a local shelter, and he was just in a little like cage, and he was like cowering in the corner, and that way like they see you in person, and if you're showing interest in this dog that's like, you know, not jumping everywhere and all happy and excited, but is actually like terrified in the corner, they get a chance to bring them out and watch you interact with them and whether you're actually a good fit. So the process was much quicker. I mean, I had to fill out an application. They needed to do a home check. They asked me to bring like my family dog to meet him so that they could see that they would be okay, but it was definitely a much quicker process.
Yeah, definitely. And I think too, when you have a rescue that has a dog, they've already kind of, for lack of a better term, they've already kind of rescued that dog from the shelter or rescued the dog out of a situation that it found itself in. But with shelters, a lot of times they're dumped there or they find them there and they don't have anybody. So I personally think that's the best way to adopt, is just to go to the shelter. There are so many. Especially if you live in LA, there's so any big city is going to have countless amount of shelters. And there's going to be a lot of doggies and cats and others waiting for homes.
I will say if you're a first-time pet owner or you have very specific expectations or like needs for a fit for your family, that going through a rescue is better in that you will already have somebody who's had the dog in their home who knows their personality, knows their needs and things like that. So it's so much easier if you're having no luck applying at rescues, definitely just go to the shelter. But if you're like, I know for a fact I have children, I need the dog to be good with children, I need a dog that's low energy because I work from home during the day, or like whatever your case might be, that's the benefit of going through a rescue.
Definitely.
Exactly, because they've been more than likely with a foster for a while who's got to feel for their personality, whether they work with kids or other pets. Because my dog that I adopted from the shelter, he was pretty much special needs the whole time, very high anxiety. I didn't know what his story was previously, but I had to always be very like cautious of his triggers, like what scared him. But that was something that I was willing to take on, and I worked with him throughout his entire life with that, and I loved him and he was everything to me. But again, he was special needs, and there was nobody who had him before that to like warn me about that. I kind of had to learn all those things as I went. But yeah, like you said, first time dog owners, especially if you like want something specific and you want to know what kind of dog is coming into your home, because there are a lot of Instagram pages that I see, which I'm super grateful for. It's just like people who volunteer to go to these shelters and be a voice for these dogs that are trapped there, and you know, they post them, and a lot of them are like, oh, this is their third time being returned to the shelter because the family that adopted them found out that they don't like sharing food with the other dog, or they wanted a dog that would play more with their kids, which all are garbage excuses for me. But still, like, those dogs are being returned to the shelter because they didn't have anybody to vouch for them previously. So yeah, rescues are better for first time.
So with my specific case, I feel like I found all my dogs, so I've rescued them in that sense, but there's one specifically that I did get through a rescue, and his name is Nino. And I adopted Nino when he was like about a year and a half. He was placed in a home, and then that failed, so they returned him to the rescue because he had behavioral issues. And I went to meet him. He was really sweet. He didn't have behavioral issues to me. A year later, once he got to the age where what I'm about to tell you could develop in his brain and in his little body, was epilepsy. And that's not something that comes through immediately. So he has some sort of brain condition that made the person who had him before believe that he had behavioral issues. He's the sweetest dog. He's a sweetheart. But, you know, he has a condition, and nobody could have told me that. But, like, it doesn't matter where he came from. It's just some dogs, just like people, develop things later in life and just have certain conditions that nothing can prepare you for. So
I have a video on my channel where I talk about like applying for a rescue dog and like tips for that. So that's a little bit more in depth, but I will say that like basically just to echo everything you guys said, like share your story, share as much about yourself as you can, share pictures of your house, if not like a little video. Rescues love a little cute video with like you and your family and like showing the house, just so they can like, you know, they want to picture like where this dog is gonna live. And like I also will say, if you do get, you know, rejected, which it's not rejected, it just means that there was somebody that was either applied before you or was a better fit for that particular dog's needs, that it's not anything personal. It's not because you're not a good dog owner, like they don't think that you would be a good fit. It's just timing is a lot of it, and then also that particular dog's needs. Like they might know that a dog is going to do better without other dogs in the house, and so they're going to go with somebody like that. So
and at the risk of sounding, you know, like woo, it just wasn't meant to be. There's another dog or cat or bunny out there who's waiting for you.
I applied for other dogs before Archie, and I literally like I cannot imagine my life without him. So
it all worked out. But no matter what, you also have to think about the fact that this is a living being that you're taking on at home, and they have moods and they need to adjust and they have feelings just like we do. So just give them time, have patience. Everything's new to them. I honestly, like, my last dog's personality developed over years. Like, he started doing things and changing pretty much his whole life. And my current dog too, like they need to get comfortable, they need to relax, they need to get to know you just like you do. Like you don't meet someone and then you're just yourself with them in 2 seconds.
That's such a good point.
So give them time, have patience.
Yeah, that's so true.
Definitely. The only one I got was a rescue question.
Oh.
One question. My friend, there was like a typo here, my friend used to always buy dogs, but thanks to your video has been convinced to adopt. It's so hard to adopt dog in Los Angeles, tips to stand out as a single lady. So just like very, very similar, just
Oh my God, single women, like the rescue that I foster for, I love single women because like that they just know that that dog's gonna be your baby. It's like you don't have to worry about. A lot of rescue dogs are afraid of men, whether they've been abused by a man in the past or sometimes even at the shelter the men can be kind of rough with them and it's very traumatizing. So a lot of rescue dogs have fears of men, and so a single woman, I mean, that is like.
I think like as a single woman, like you shouldn't have any issues at all.
Yeah.
And as a foster, the amount of times that I've had meet and greets with couples who are looking to adopt a dog, it's always the man who looks like disinterested.
Not interested.
Or like our very first foster, like in early 2020, we took him to a family that had like a backyard. I mean, it was a dream, and like the mom was like so excited and wanted to adopt a dog, and the dad was like, oh, this is more for her. Kid you not, an hour later, I get a call from the rescue and was like, he just left the back door open and the dog's running through the streets on Melrose in LA, which if you live in LA, that's a really busy street. And it's like, men, ever since then, whenever like
you want to be sure that they're
I'm like, I don't even look at the woman. I'm just like, I know that you're responsible. I look at the man and I'm like, do you want this dog? You really need to think, do you want this dog?
Yeah.
This is a life.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a joke. You can't just sit here and act like cool and disinterested. Like, it's going to be your responsibility too.
Yeah.
I don't know why some men are too cool for dogs, but if you are, then don't get a dog.
You know like that joke on the internet where it's like the dad never wants the animal? They're like, no, the dad who didn't want the cat. And then like, it's like the next photo.
Yeah.
Dad later.
Which we can all hope for that outcome, but like in those beginning stages, they're gonna try to run away. They're gonna like be afraid of you. So just have a little bit of patience.
Yeah, Nina would run away all the time. He'd just get crazy, just run out the door. And now we open the door and we're like, "Do you want to go pee outside?"
He's like, "Nah."
Nope. Close that door. He does not want to be outside.
Okay, someone asked thoughts on having cats as a vegan.
Huh?
So,
because people are pressed about it.
Yeah. So,
what's wrong?
The concern is that cats are obligate carnivores.
Carnivores.
Whereas a dog is an omnivore and can go both ways. It really is all about personal preference, but I think as a vegan, I think the thing that we try to do when we focus on is causing the least amount of harm. Would it be great if we could make cats vegan? Sure. Don't do that. Because
they will die.
They will die.
Yeah.
It's not like when we get to the stage where we can have lab-grown meat that doesn't involve the suffering of any animal. Oh my God, that will be excellent, and then that'll be like fully vegan. But up until then, you're caring for an animal who would otherwise like die on the street of like hunger or would get run over. Or,
And they've been domesticated at this
Yeah.
point, so they
That's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
Like, a lot of people like to be like, oh, cats and dogs, like, we shouldn't be domesticating them. That's not vegan. They already are domesticated.
Yeah.
They were not bred into existence the way that they are now.
Yeah.
They cannot survive on the streets. I guarantee you, my little 6-pound chihuahua would last a day on the streets. Like,
Zoe would be fine in the streets.
like, we bred them to be domesticated. At this point, the best thing we can do as vegans is protect them while they're here.
If you're like a vegan police, it's really hard to be 100% ethical, sustainable, just everything perfectly vegan.
Yeah, it's hard.
The whole point is not to be this perfect person who never makes a mistake and just flies, doesn't ride a bike, doesn't just flying
doesn't
through the
have
air,
a cell phone,
flying through the air with your mouth closed because you will get some insects in your mouth.
Oh my God.
But just to do the best that we can. Even if you plant things, like a lot of the soil has cow manure in it.
Yeah.
And I know that's also like a byproduct, but it's kind of similar. It's like you have to, that's something else that you have to think about. Also, if you're starting out, don't burden yourself with like all these like things that make it difficult, and don't like take on all these issues and then think, no, I don't want to be vegan. It's too complicated.
Yeah.
There's so many things. It's like little by little.
Start where you are.
Exactly. Everything that you're doing matters, and everything that you're doing is going to help an animal.
No, and at the end of the day, isn't this about just doing the least amount of harm?
Exactly.
And it's like all of the things that we talk about are so unnecessary. Like eating meat, eating cheese, all these things. There's so many replacements and stuff. Like for us, it's like it makes sense. Like it's so easy. It's so simple to replace those things. It's so unnecessary. But like she said, that you do have to open your mouth to breathe sometimes, and you might eat a bug. Like that doesn't take away your vegan card.
Also, there's like this weird fact that like in your lifetime, on average, a person will swallow 7 spiders in their sleep.
Oh, I'm probably at like number 3 by now.
Because your mouth is open. It's like, it's not your fault. I mean, I wish, you know, Charlotte didn't go in there. Charlotte was in the spider, right? Or was Charlotte the girl?
Charlotte's Web.
Web, right.
Yeah, spider, right?
Yeah. Okay. So
we need
Charlotte,
to rewatch.
I wish Charlotte didn't go in there, but Charlotte did go in there. And then that's, you know, that alone is like, Charlotte.
No, but like, I think that, you know, we as humans have domesticated cats over the years, and now they rely on us, so it's extremely irresponsible for us to think, I'm not going to adopt this animal and give them a good life because I wouldn't be vegan that way.
Right.
Because yes, you would. You're just doing what's necessary for this animal. Because cats cannot be vegan; they will die. We can be vegan, so it's it's 2 separate issues.
Right.
I think rescuing animals is like one of the most vegan things you can do.
Also, go ahead.
Another thing is like a lot of my friends who are interested in being vegan will always say, I was vegan for like 3 days, but then I ate this thing that had cheese in it and I just gave up. Having that all or nothing vegan mindset is what keeps a lot of people from being interested in it, because they think that if they mess up one day, like I have a friend who has dabbled in being vegan and she just one day ate something that wasn't vegan and then stopped trying after that because she was like, I failed. And it's like, no, you didn't. You ate something that wasn't vegan. Yeah. And then the next day you can
try
continue.
again.
Exactly.
Try again.
Not just that, you can have your days. You can have one day where you're vegan and you can have another one where you didn't.
Exactly.
You're still making a big difference.
You're still making a big difference.
Right.
So
and do a lot of research. We've done videos like this before, but just do a lot of research. Like, replace what you're normally having. Don't go from eating, you know, X food to suddenly eating Y food because you're vegan. Try to make the X food vegan.
That helps so much.
Yeah. So just like eat what you like to eat normally. Like, of course, if you're eating burgers 3 times like a day and then you go to only having smoothies, 1, you're not gonna feel great. You're probably, you know, your body's gonna be like, what is happening? And 2, you're not used to it. And like, you know, I think humans are animals of like, what's the word?
Habit.
Creatures of habit.
Yes.
So, you know, just don't give up. If you have a day where you can't, you know, you can't have something vegan, you didn't prepare, or you're starting out, whatever, just like, okay, start again the next day. Like, it's doing the least amount of harm, and you will get there. You will get to a point where you're fully vegan, and you will be happy that you stuck with it.
Yeah, I think don't get so caught up in the label vegan when you're first starting out. Just like start making more like decisions that are in line with your ethics. Like stop trying to like put yourself in this box of like, I have to be this perfect vegan, because I don't even think I called myself vegan for probably the first like 5 months I was vegan,
because I weren't sure if you were perfect, right?
Exactly.
That's what you're being told all the time. Is that it's all or nothing. You have to be perfect.
Right. And I remember like my first time hanging out with other vegans too, I was like so nervous. I was like, do I only need to wear sustainable clothing? Like, what if they ask me where this is from? And like, make sure, you know, have to make sure all my bags are like, you know, which I do now, only have like vegan leather bags. But when I first started, I still had like some leather bags and stuff like that. And it's like, things like that where you get like nervous, and it's like honestly, if any vegan is making you feel bad about that shit, like they're not in it for the right reasons. Because any vegan that's like an ethical vegan would know, like, if you're first starting out to be vegan, that you have a long journey ahead of you of like things that you're gonna learn along the way and like adjust.
And it's a process.
Don't let anyone criticize you for your efforts. Like,
oh my god, like I have non-vegan friends, and if I do something like, you know, I'm not a perfect vegan. Like, if I'm not using something sustainable, well, I'm sorry. Like, and then people
vegan,
try to cut me out on it, and I'm just like, well, I do 95%. Like, I like the way I live, I'm already giving the world change.
But like people try to put that, they're like, oh, you have to, if you're vegan, you also have to be perfectly sustainable and perfectly
sorry that I used a plastic bag. Like, I'm sorry. Like, but like you're not always gonna be
still vegan.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like my life. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm gonna be like, I'm doing more than you. Like, you know what I mean?
But they love. It's always the people who are doing the least who are like, but wait a minute, those shoes.
I know.
It's like, I remember.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
I think I told this story before, but I was at an anti-fur protest one time, and I was wearing like combat boots that were like faux as fuck. Like, I paid like $10 for them or something. Obviously. And I was holding a sign, whatever, and this guy walks by and he's like, yeah, but look at your leather shoes. And I'm like, they're not leather. They're not leather. But like, why are you trying to call me out. I'm standing on the street with a sign, trying to like make an impact.
Because
you're walking by,
they're projecting.
Yeah,
they're projecting.
It's like I'm here protesting that animals are being skinned alive, and you're going like, "Why are you doing that? Your shoes are leather." It's like, bitch, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Any good work that you've done?
Like, oh, okay, so we should keep skinning animals because I'm wearing potentially leather shoes. Fuck you.
That's probably where all the perfectionism with veganism comes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
This is a good one. How do you overcome strong cravings for foods that aren't vegan?
I kind of said this before earlier, but just try to stick to things that you already eat. If you have pancakes in the morning and you're craving pancakes, make vegan pancakes. Just do research. Like, figure out what you can switch to make what you have vegan.
It's so easy.
There's like, you go to the market and there's like cheap ass like Pillsbury cake that you can make. All the ingredients are vegan. All you have to do is put some flaxseed in there and like some soy milk. Boom, you have a vegan cake that tastes just as like chemically as it did before. If you like that, I love that. I love that.
And like when I'm craving like chickeny stuff, like I don't even crave like animals. It's just weird. It's so weird. I'm not craving animals, but you know, like when I want that taste, like I go. You guys, we live in 2022. Like, how grateful should we be? Like, there's so many options. If I want vegan sausage, vegan shrimp, vegan, I have vegan scallops recently. I had vegan coconut shrimp the other day. Like,
you can have,
you can have whatever you like.
Yeah, and also like I like that like calamari like breaded thing. Now we go to
hearts of palm.
Just like the coconut calamari and have that in tacos. Oh my god, so freaking good.
Okay, but what about people who are like in the middle of nowhere and they're like trying to transition and they're like, dang, I'm really craving lobster today.
Get the vegan shrimp from
craving lobster.
Get the vegan shrimp from Sophie's and
what
try
if they don't
that.
have access to that?
Well, they sell Sophie's at like Walmart though.
Yeah, so you have to look. You have to look at Walmart and Target. I think those are the places that are everywhere and that they have a lot of things. So start there and then just get creative. Like if something's like chicken, kind of make it taste like fish in a way. Like batter it or do something to it so it's kind of like fishy. Then you have a fish taco that you want.
Yeah, get jackfruit.
Hearts of palm. I made a lobster roll with hearts of palm. Old Bay seasoning. Fry up the hearts of palm. It has like a similar kind of like fishy texture.
That.
And you know it's about the seasoning and all that.
Yeah, it's all about the seasoning.
Because honestly, like when I have cravings, it's like random stuff. Like I'll be craving a hot dog, and I'm like, God, I just want a hot dog.
Exactly. But it's not because I want the flesh of the animal.
It's just like you're craving a smart dog on the grill, and I'm like,
I have a smart dog, and I put the mustard and the ketchup, and have it just like it, and there you go, the craving is gone.
Exactly.
Again, like we have to think about the people who live in the middle of nowhere because we are so lucky to live in LA.
Yeah.
It's so easy. We have access to pretty much any vegan item that we could want. The grocery stores all have like a full dedicated section.
Yeah.
So it sucks that you don't have access to that. So just get as creative.
And you'll get through it. Like I remember when I first went vegan, like I was probably craving sushi. Like, you know what I mean? And like in the beginning, like I probably, when I went to go visit back home, I probably ate that stuff if I had to, you know what I mean? In the very beginning, and I slowly just weaned myself off. Where it's like, okay, I've been veggie for a month straight, but now I'm with family and they have fish. Okay, I'm gonna eat it. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of how my journey went. And then now it's like, I would never eat a fish.
And honestly, weaning yourself off like that, you slowly start to realize that you're not even that into it.
Exactly.
You're kind of like, wait, that was what I was like craving and was excited about.
One day you'll look at the real thing and you'll be like, oh.
Exactly. You eventually get there when you wean yourself off of it and then you're not even craving
I was on set yesterday and they had ribs and like I was sitting across from this guy just eating a rib and I was just like, that's literally a rib of an animal. Like it just looked so just
like caveman.
Oh my god. Wait, do you remember? I don't know if this was Knott's Berry Farm or Six Flags. I'm not sure. Well, you guys aren't from here. Would you? Yes. Okay, the big turkey leg.
Oh my god, the big turkey leg.
And they do them at the fair too.
I wasn't vegan back then, but I would see people walking around with those or eating them in that like turkey leg area. I'm just like, there's like just face covered in barbecue. Not that I won't get down with that. Like now, if there's a vegan version, but just like seeing the real one, I'm just like,
it just looks so.
It looks like a piece of an animal.
It's literally an animal's body part.
I'm not even kidding you. At sports bars, I'll see people eating chicken wings, and I'll stare. I'll zero in.
It's a chicken's wing.
And I look at his face, and I don't even realize it. And they're just like, I see them just chewing off, pulling the meat off the bone.
Sucking on it.
And I'm like, that's a bone. It's all gross.
It's a bone.
And I'm like,
So you'll like really start to understand like, you know, because you know we've been eating this stuff since we were kids, so
you're gonna want to eat it,
exactly,
but you don't want to eat the animal version.
You don't want to eat the animal. Oh, you know what pisses me off, you guys? When people waste the animals that they ordered at the restaurant.
Nothing makes me more
so the animal died and suffered for nothing.
Yeah,
if you're gonna eat it.
Like take that shit home.
It pisses me off.
Like give it to your dog.
It drives me.
Oh my god!
Literally, while we're on that topic, somebody said eating a little non-vegan food because an order was messed up. Pure vegan versus food waste.
So recently, I ordered like an avocado toast from a place and. I looked at all the ingredients and stuff and it said it was vegan and I got it to go and I'm halfway to like the beach where I was gonna eat it and I opened it up and it has cheese all over it.
No.
Yeah, I was livid. But you know what I did? I didn't eat it. I didn't pick it off. I found a homeless person and I gave it to them outside of the window.
Yeah,
okay.
that's. I appreciate
that way, you didn't have to eat the non-vegan food. No food was wasted.
Exactly, and it nourished someone else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I think that there's a balance there that we kind of have to find where we're not being so militant and so obsessive.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that matters too. Wasting food when people are starving.
Yeah.
And like the fact that animal already died, so it's like, fuck, like at least someone eat it.
Right, exactly.
Just going in the trash, because at that point I'm like, in some twisted way, I'm like, you're at least giving it a little bit more respect if you consume it. And if you just kill it and then throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, or the other day I went somewhere too and I got avocado toast, same thing. And then they had cheese on it and I went back. And I always like, no cheese please. That's what you said. This is why I lie and I say I'm allergic. Because then they're like, oh, no cheese. If you're just like, no cheese, they're like, cheese, and she's like, okay, and then she took it away, and then she made a new one. They're like, I hope they ate it. I hope they ate the other one.
In that case, I probably would have said, oh, can I keep this to give to someone?
Yeah.
I should start saying that
because
normally
they do
I don't.
eat it, sometimes they
throw it away.
You don't know.
I mean, when I worked at the restaurant, they would just throw that stuff away. And
when I worked at the restaurant, they would always eat it.
Oh, that's good.
But they did not pay us enough. We were all starving. We're like, oh my god, score.
Also, like years and years ago, I had a roommate move out, and they had left like frozen turkey and stuff, like ground turkey in the freezer, and obviously I didn't want to see that, and obviously I wasn't gonna throw it away, so I hit up my neighbor. I'm like, hey, you want this ground turkey?
Yeah.
She was so appreciative. She's like, oh my goodness, thank you so much, girl. Like, you know, save her some dollars. Like that's something she would have bought, and like she probably made it that week.
Yeah,
you know?
no, that's a really good idea. Same thing happened to me because I get Imperfect, you know, the food boxes.
Yeah.
And I get them delivered every week. And then one time they had put chicken breast in there, and I was like, well, what am I supposed to do with this?
Were you horrified?
I was. I opened it and I was like, maybe it's someone else's box, but it had my name and address on it. So this was like early on in the panorama, so I think like everybody was getting food delivered. So maybe, I don't know, somebody messed up, whatever. But one of my neighbors, like I have her on Instagram, so I DM'd her and I was like, hey, so they threw in chicken in my whatever. Like I feel much better about knowing that somebody else is gonna consume it. Like, what am I gonna do? Throw it in the trash?
Right. No. That breaks my heart.
Morally, I hate it because I'm like, I just wish like no chicken for anybody.
And the last question is, which vegan celeb do you admire the most and why?
I know that right away.
Okay.
Joy, you go first.
Joy Lie. Take it away, Melina.
I mean, yes. But mine is Joaquin Phoenix.
He's amazing.
He has a special place in my heart because I think he's such a genuine, ethical vegan, and I admire him so much. And also, he was the narrator for Earthlings, which was the documentary that like made the most impact for me and made me go vegan. So he just holds a special place in my heart.
Shout out to you.
And Bernie Mera, his significant other.
Yeah, but he's so outspoken about animal rights.
And he wins an Oscar and he dedicates it to speaking about animals.
Yes.
Nobody does that.
Nobody does that. It's like, thank you.
I'm gonna say like a lot, he was mine too, because a lot of vegan celebs like don't really talk about being vegan, or at least they don't talk about why they're vegan. They just like say, here I am eating vegan food, and they don't really say why. And I'm like, do you know how much you could change the world if you would just talk about like, this is for ethical reasons, how many people you would influence with that, and it's just like so frustrating to me. But
I feel like it's always extremes. They either don't talk about it at all because they don't want to be associated with it, which I find offensive, because why do you not want to be associated with
eating vegetables,
hurting animals? Or they're so crazy about it that they like put people off of it. And I feel like he's found that perfect balance where it's like everybody knows he's vegan. He's very like well spoken about it, and I just admire him so much for that.
I think we were all gonna say Joaquin Phoenix then, but there's someone else that came to mind now. Also, it's just Billie Eilish. I feel like she's always putting it out there. She got Oscar de la Renta to stop having using fur, and she said, I will wear your dress, to whatever ceremony it was, if you stop. If you stop using fur, and then they did.
That's using your power.
Exactly.
Impact. And I know that's just like in the fashion industry, but she's always posting I don't even follow her, but I'm always seeing things that she posts on Instagram. Like she's speaking out against this, or she's going to some vegan restaurant in LA. She's promoting it, and then everybody goes to this vegan restaurant. Like she's very outspoken. She's always. She's fighting the good fight, I think, on social media.
And she's talking to the younger kids.
Yes.
Which I love. And she shouted, that's right. I saw it. It was like a special, whatever. I think she was like shouting out restaurants. And she said Crossroads is her favorite restaurant. And someone like her is like such a huge star. That's a powerful person using their voice for the good.
I was going to say, I have trust issues when it comes to celebrities and veganism because of, certain celebrities that go back on being vegan and then try to burn down the whole movement on their way.
By being liars.
Yeah, who were never even really vegan to begin with. So I do have trust issues. So it's like, for me, I just really want to see celebrities use their platform for good and like actually be a voice for the animals and actually try to make some change.
And then someone else, like on a smaller scale that I'm thinking about right now, is Maggie Q. She's not like a huge celebrity. She was in Nikita, Designated Survivor. She's like an action TV.
Oh, okay.
I know who you're talking about.
And she's like always like doing stuff like anti-fur stuff. And she's been vegan for a long time, so she's also very outspoken about it and like shares recipes.
There's this really amazing artist. His name is Rory. I think I'm saying it right. His name is spelled Raury, Rory. But anyways, he's super talented, amazing artist, singer, rapper, creator, and he's vegan. And I love his music. I just feel like when I find out like people who are vegan and they do cool stuff, it just makes me like them even more.
100%.
I'm definitely your number one fan now.
I like hearing people talk well about someone and going like, oh, they're vegan. Did you know that?
Yeah, exactly.
Who do you guys like? Let us know in the comments down below who your favorite vegan celeb is.
You can say us.
You can.
I mean, you can. But yeah, we got a lot more questions, so we'll save that for another episode. So don't worry if your question didn't get answered here. It will get answered soon. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to join our Facebook group. Comment down below and tell us what you thought. And have a great day.
Thumbs up,
See y'all
subscribe,
next week.
share this video.
Share. Love y'all.
Bye.